Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's edition of Beyond the Ordinary Show. And for tonight's show, I'm excited about it because we're going to bring in a perspective around channeling, a perspective around access to information that some people seem to be wired to in a particular way, but also perhaps into how we can use whatever wiring we're organically here with and formulate those relationships as well. Why is it that it comes through more refined, at least right now, through these certain individuals? And what's the purpose of it? And we're going to get into that and so much more on today's call. And this is the second time that Renee and Anthony have been on Beyond the Ordinary Show. And the first time was just mind-blowing in so many different ways. Again, the level of access, the way that Anthony and Renee do this dance together in those energies. And again, the transmission of truth that gets emitted through this, again, refined energy that I feel so closely related to in my heart. So it's going to be a fantastic call. Super excited to be going into it. And we'll get into a live Q&A session as well. So if you guys have personal questions that you want to ask, raise your hand. All you have to do is click on the chat box below. You'll see the little hand. Click on that and it'll let me know that you want to ask your questions live, or type your question into the chat box. And yeah, and we'll get into as many personal questions as we can during today's call. For those of you who may be new to Renee and Anthony, they're modern mystics, channelers, and healers. And they're the voices behind Blue Soul Earth, which is focused on igniting global consciousness by bridging the worlds of science and spirituality. Well, and I have to say by embodiment also. And I see Anthony and Renee doing that in the work that they're so committed to. They ignite the human potential and help others transform from within by tapping into their own innate wisdom. Again, that embodiment piece. So the answers to questions of why am I here and how do I step into my life purpose to live a more joyful life come with both ease and grace. The teachings focus on universal consciousness, heart-centered living, and our human existence. Anthony, Renee, it's so wonderful to have you all back.
Oh, thanks for having us, John.
Thank you, John.
Love your show, and we're just excited to be here.
We have that in common. I love my show also. I love my show also. And I love this community, and I love the topics that we talked about. So it's great to have you guys here. Before we get into the show, it's only your second time on Beyond the Ordinary. On 9 seasons, I can't believe that we just found each other. But everything in its divine timing. But I'd love it if you share, Anthony and Renee, how this synergy between the two of you started, and Anthony, how this flow of information started to flow through you, of this consciousness started to flow through you, and how you embraced it, or maybe how you resisted it and then embraced it.
Okay.
You want to kick off?
Oh boy. Okay. So we're talking about demystifying channeling. And I wanted to ask you a question.
I love it.
You said a host for nine seasons now. Is that 9 years? About 9 years that you're doing this?
9 years we've been doing it, 24 seasons.
24 seasons, that's a lot, 9 years.
Yeah.
So in the 9 years that you've been doing this, have you seen an increase or a difference? I would say an increase of people
being able to connect,
or literally becoming channelers. Is that something you've seen?
It's been prolific. It's been prolific, where people are, not only do they have, I don't think that we have access to do it, but I think we've given ourselves permission by bringing the consciousness to life, by speaking it out loud, and by refining it, normalizing it, where people are going, hold on a second, I'm connected to something that I felt uneasy about, or maybe it wasn't for me for whatever belief system. So long answer to absolutely 100%.
I think that's perfect. Actually.
I was going to ask you, what do you think is the reason for people?
That was perfect.
Literally, being able to channel now than when they couldn't do it. What's going on? That's the question, right?
I do think it has become more normalized.
Yes.
And part of it is, just as you said so beautifully, John, is that it's, the elevated consciousness, right? And suddenly, as a result of that elevated consciousness, more and more people are able to embrace it and feel comfortable with it, not feel like it's some spooky out there, having to do with ghosts. And, I
Yeah.
think there was a lot of stigma, certainly in our generation growing up, that if you were connecting to something you didn't know, who was it?
Yeah.
How do you know that the powers that be and the spiritual energies that you're connecting to are for your highest good?
Yeah, and don't y'all feel that it's part of this ascensionary energy that's symbiotic? As we say yes and have more permission, then we have more access to those higher realms that are part of the ascension cycle. And it's this beautiful flow together. It's not one happening without the other pulling us up. It's this beautiful wave and this dance and how we're being lifted so beautifully into higher states of consciousness.
Actually, as our guides always say, and you can speak to this, that the rise of spirituality is really running parallel to the rise and shifts in not just consciousness, but the advancements in science as well, that they're going hand in hand. Do you want to speak to that?
Yeah,
Our
they will
guides say that
always
all the
say
time.
that as our science increases in its advancements, so does our spirituality. And I think now we're starting to see, we're slowly letting go of all of these fears that were associated with allowing ourselves to be spiritual. And I have to often say, I was raised as a, I'm Italian and a Roman Catholic, and there was always this stigma about allowing spirit to come to you, that it was something that was considered not good or evil. But I think now, as a consciousness, as human beings, we're really now understanding, especially through our science, that we are all interconnected. And that's the beauty of it. We're slowly letting down our guard, this fear and these walls, and we're allowing ourselves to become who we truly are in this lifetime
At a soul level.
at a soul level. And that is our authentic self. That is the connection to source energy, the all. And we're all starting to feel that now as human beings. And I
You
think
know,
more and more of us are connecting.
I agree with you. I love that you mentioned your Italian and Catholic background. I grew up with that also. And I see it in spiritual community a lot. And I love it if you speak a little bit more into it, a little bit more into the dark side. No, seriously, because
I love that.
Yeah. Well,
it's
I
funny,
mean,
right?
we
Well,
could talk a little bit about the opening, right? That when spirit started coming to you, there was a lot of fear for both of us. And we didn't realize for a year and a half that spirit was working through both of us.
So to speak about that dark side, and that was the side, if I want to call it the dark side, it was my pagan roots, the gods and goddesses that first started coming through us. And it was something that I had no idea. I didn't understand any of it. So if you want to call it the dark side, that's okay too, because there's always a balance between dark and light. But there is no evil per se. There just is, as the guides will say as well. And our guides will show us as divine feminine, divine masculine. Again, they always make this
Infinity 8,
symbol all the time to show the balance between both.
divine feminine and divine masculine. And even,
Right.
In all the channeling that we do, we're seeing this not just connection between divine feminine and masculine happening, but just a real big focus on it. Like, this is not just such a key importance of what's happening right now, the emergence of the goddess and everything else, but explaining it in those polarity terms. So for example, before the call, we were talking about the Melchizedek energy, which Anthony and I also channel. I mean, even though primarily we channel the Ascended Masters across cultures, right, that people know well, we also channel this angelic and seraphim energy, right? Metatron being a seraphim energy. That polar opposite of Metatron is the Sandalphon energy. The polar opposite of Melchizedek, which is all about organization and structure, is chaos, right? And so these represent those opposite energies that our guides talk to us about all the time.
They always speak to us about the opposite of light and the opposite of light, which is dark, but neither one is neither good nor bad. They're just the same. But we have to find the perception, and we have to find the love in all of them, because they see only love.
Even in the void,
Wherever,
especially in the void.
in everything there is love, because there is purpose for everything. And again, they will see not God or source judging us, our path. They will always say the soul judges the soul. We're all here to have an experience, but it depends upon us on what our experience is going to be. How do we want to perceive it? How do we want to create it?
Yeah. Do we want to perceive it as the superstition and the fear that, you know, the dogma around religion, both Judaism and Christianity, and especially the Catholic Church, right? Do we want to perceive what's coming through or connecting to us as something scary and superstitious? Or do we choose love? Because, you know, in a quantum world of reality, what you focus on, right? That's what shifts what comes to you, right? It's the mirror image of coming back, of what's coming back to you.
Yes. So what would you say to those people who are saying, I'm opening, I feel something coming in, and I'm afraid because I don't know if it's benevolent or not. I'm afraid to open up because I don't know what's coming through. And I'm afraid it's going to take over, it's going to manipulate, it's going to do all these other things. And so there's that hesitation to open up a siphon that's become available because of either a belief system that's been imprinted through other people, that's been a judgment, or by some darkness that's unresolved within them that really wants to have an expression through them, that's actually looking for an opportunity for resolution rather than control, which is what my belief is.
Oh, great. That's great.
That's right. You're exactly right. Boy, what would we say to them? Well, you're exactly right. If you want to call it a darkness, you can call it that. But for us, it's nothing more than an energy that's associated with your soul that is looking for a resolution. It's not really a shadow or a darkness. It's more of an ancestor or a guide. You might say that
or
is
part of your own ancestral
part of your
past
own,
that's coming up. And, you know, some people call it the dark night of the soul or shadow work, which is fine. But the key is what you focus on is what you bring in. It's literally that simple. So in the laws of the universe, nothing can come through your auric field and your energy body, right? Which is it's actually more than 26 feet really around the physical body, but that's typically what you see the sort of dimensions of it. But nothing is permitted into that field unless you allow it. And so if you focus on, you know, this kind of sounds simple and trite, but focus on love, literally focus on love. If there's any message that our guides repeat over and over and over again, in case we forget it, that really it's all about love at the end of the day, right? And so if you focus on love and you're saying that nothing but divine love is permitted into my field, that's all that's going to be permitted. I mean, of course, there's grounding and protection techniques, of course, as well. And we have resources on that on our website and so forth, so people can always check that out. Of course, you want to be grounded and you want to be using protection.
I think there's one other thing also, is that when you are going through an opening, an ascension, an enlightenment, and then whatever you want to call it, enlightenment as well, that it's okay. But, and I say this from personal experience, try to be with others that are also going through the same experience as you are.
Plug into a community.
Plug into a community. And you can plug into many different communities, but plug into a community that that you resonate with and that will serve your highest purpose. And that is definitely going to assist you as well.
Yeah. So if you have a connection to the angelic realm, find a community that right is connected to the angelic realm. If it's the galactic realm, same thing. So whatever you resonate with, there's people who specifically focus on channeling in that area. We seem to channel everything.
We appear to, we appear to be able to channel almost everything, but then, you know, we're starting to become more discreet in what it is that we're going to channel.
It's so funny. Like, you know, our house is You know, we have a life-size unicorn in our bathtub. I mean, it's very mystical over here. But, you know, the other night as we were sipping wine over dinner, I kid you not, Dante came through.
Oh, I
And
love it.
yeah, and said, you've got to do a course on me. And our guide said, well, you know, just because you can channel something doesn't mean you should. Not to say that there was anything, you know, off about Dante, but that's not our soul's purpose. And that's not what we're here to do. As much as Anthony, I'm
Yeah.
sure from a,
It's,
you
it's
know,
like it's like dating. If you have 10 different people that want to date you, doesn't mean you have to date everybody, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Really, you
great
choose them,
analogy.
it's like, where's it? Yeah. And so we get to choose in that also. I think it's wonderful the way that you guys bring in, again, the different energy. And because I believe because you're so tapped into the essence of love, then the identities can take place, but the essence of the information that comes through is very closely related and along the same lines, that like all these different rivers that lead to the same ocean, if you will. And how you get there and how you access it. On the last show, there was a lot of Mary Magdalene and Mary energy that was coming through, and it was so beautiful and so beautifully received.
She may show up today, by the way. She's one of our biggest guides. And if she hears her name and knows that she has an opportunity to come through with force, she'll come through. Yeah, she's one of our main guides. So
it's so strong with you guys because I could feel the energy right when you said that. It's like she just like kind of popped in. Wow. Again, with that, again, mentioning the last call, this is so interesting. It's so strong. What's coming up strongly for you guys now? Who are some of the guys that are really strong, and what are the messages that you're sharing for us at this time?
oh, it's a really, really great question. Well, I mean, I would certainly say Magdalene is one of our primary, you know, again, we channel a collective group and we call them the Ascended Masters, and they say that's fine because the group does make up the Ascended Masters, but they say it's also much more than that. So the Ascended Masters, of which Magdalene and Yeshua are two of them. Mother Mary energy comes through at times. You know, Buddha and Muhammad energy comes through at times as well, but not as often. And then, of course, the angelic realm, because that's a very, very strong connection for Anthony. And then do you want to speak to the seraphim energies? I mean, lately who's been coming through a lot is Metatron, Melchizedek, Magdalene.
So
I would say those three.
really, yeah.
I apologize. That's so interesting because of Metatron and Melchizedek. And then my messages lately, very precise, focus more on the details. You need to focus on the details. You need to focus on the details, and then patience, patience and grace, patience and grace, patience and grace. And those have been strong for me really for the last month, 6 weeks, just over and over and over again. And those that you've talked about represent that for me in different ways. So interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we just finished a course on seraphim energy, right? And Metatron and Melchizedek are two very forceful forceful energies you want to come through. Usually when they come through, it's less about the messages and more about healing. So they'll do energy activations, they'll do frequency adjustments, they'll work with people's DNA structures in the quantum field, and they'll also work with our chakra system. Whereas Magdalene, that's all she wants to do is talk. What? It's true.
Oh, I understand. Yes, it is true. She does. She likes to talk a lot, and she also does a lot of healing as well.
She does, absolutely.
Is it a transmission in the talk though? And Anthony, I feel you like lit up, ready to come through.
Yeah, I mean, I can feel them coming right now because one thing I want to mention to all the audience as well, that they would always say something funny to us, that they are in our most intimate settings. And even though that might sound a bit spooky sometimes, because they really are everywhere where we are, they literally don't.
They don't stray very far.
They don't leave us alone, literally. And what I want to really bring to the audience and to demystify this whole notion of channeling, and is that they are literally a part of our energetic field.
Our energetic bodies.
They're just nothing more than a thought away. If you think of them, they are here. They're just waiting for us to invite them to come through our energetic bodies and heal through us, work through us, And that's really one of their main messages, that they are not different than we are. They always say we are the same as you. And that's,
Yeah, and they will also say, which is very,
Yeah.
very similar to two of our prime guides, what they said 2000 years ago, Yeshua and Magdalene, is that we are not separate from God or source or universal consciousness or the cosmic soup or whatever you want to refer to it as, depending on your belief system, right? I mean, we are one with the all.
and there's one other thing I want to mention to the audience too, that it doesn't matter what path you take. It can be an earth path, a galactic path, angelic path, whatever it is, take that path
The one that resonates with you the most.
and take it and see where it leads. And I can guarantee you, that more doors are going to even open up, because we are made up of such a variety of different energies.
Yeah, so if you can imagine that, you know, we've had thousands and thousands of lives and perfected aspects, or at least that's what our guides say. So if paganism was strong for you, you were, you know, a sage, a mage, a witch, a healer, a shaman, the list goes on. Maybe you were a Shinto priest, right? These are all the paganism roots across cultures. So are they knocking?
Yeah, they're knocking.
I can always feel like when, you know, they're trying to come through. So
For all of our yogis and yogini out there, I want you to always focus on your breath. If you really want to connect, slow it down. Use
the Ujjayi breath.
your Ujjayi breath. Slow down, and then you're going to be able to vibrate faster. And that's how they're going to come through as well. They don't come through your thoughts. They come through your heart.
Yeah, they always
They come through your heart chakra.
Right. And
That's
that's not
beautiful.
unlike, you know, really any of the mystical ancient
Yeah.
religions and spiritual practices, from Buddhism and Shintoism to our Native American brothers and sisters here in North America. I mean, it's really the same message, right? It's through the
Yeah.
heart. They just use different language.
Yeah.
Renee, it's so interesting though, because as I did that deep breath, I had the awareness that I think I'm slowing down, but actually I had the consciousness that I'm actually speeding up and aligning to a different vibration. So it's not slowing down. It's
Yes. So you're right.
So the slowing down is the slowing down of your breath. Slowing down of your breath allows you to connect to faster vibrations.
Yeah.
You are literally
Yeah.
putting your brain, here's the science part of it, into a slower, or I'd say a longer wavelength, which is a theta wavelength. And as you do that, you start to, I can feel them, you start to vibrate faster.
Yeah.
And the reason you vibrate faster is that you really are connecting to who you truly are in this lifetime. We're all part of universal consciousness, source energy, God, whatever you want to call it.
Now, and the science part of it, right? I mean, to quote Joe Dispenza or even Bruce Lipton, right? They call it coherence, right? So whatever that is, that alignment, you're aligning to the frequency, and the frequency is going to be different for Metatron than it is for Mary Magdalene, as an example.
I want people to know out there too, as you see me, I'm starting to shake right now. That's okay. It's okay. Your body's going to go through these different manifestations.
It's the Kundalini awakening kind of thing, right?
It's okay. And I want everyone to know that we are all literally vessels, energy vessels, and we're here to connect. We are like antennas just walking around waiting to connect with whatever is there.
Including Dante. If you have had a connection with Dante in the past, which apparently Anthony has.
What I'm going to do right now, because I'm not going to hold them back any longer.
They're going to come through.
I'm going to let them come through.
And then people can ask, well, whenever we're ready to do that, you can talk to them first, John, if you'd like, the Ascended Masters, and then, you know, we can open it up whenever the timing is right.
They will refer to her as Gaia energy. She truly is the cord that keeps me grounded here from floating off into the ethers. And
I'm the Sandalphon energy to his Metatron energy.
in a manner of speaking, yes.
Right. We'll get to that. And again, whoever wants to ask your personal questions, you can type it into the chat box or raise your hand here in the chat, and we'll go into live Q&A in a couple minutes.
Everybody just relax.
Feel yourself grounded.
Take a nice deep breath.
Feel yourself becoming one with Gaia, one with the ethers. Radiant, beautiful light shining through you, coming from above, coming from below, connecting you to all that is. Often I'll play crystal bowls, and he'll connect just like that, because the energies, right, they ride along the frequencies of music, of course, right? That's why sound healing is so important, impactful, I meant to say. Hello, guys.
Always an honor and privilege to be in your presence, Gaia. Thank you for receiving us. We understand why we are here.
Aw, thanks for coming through. You know John, you love John. Our guides love John.
Your guides love everybody.
They did cry, though, when they first met you.
I remember that. That was me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Oh, so
They
sweet.
thanked him and honored him for all the work that he's doing to shift humanity's consciousness. So bravo, bravo.
One thing we would like to say is this: you may call us whatever you want to call us, the council, the ascended masters, the guides, whatever it is, ancestors, we are they. But what's most important is this: what you see occurring between this soul and this soul, the energy as it flows between both of them, there is a balancing of both divine feminine and divine masculine energy. We don't come through Anthony first. We must come through Gaia first and then into him. We must come through her first before we come into him. We will occupy her auric field and then his. The reason why they are able to channel whatever it is that they desire, it is because they are one from two.
One soul from two.
I love that.
We are of high light beings, but so are you. You are not different than us. You are the same. Are there questions?
I'm sure there will be.
There's lots of questions coming through from the audience, and we'll get into that in a second. I do want to ask the general question before we dive in. What is the shift, the energy shift that we're in the beginning of 2021 that feels so strong? To me, it feels like a catapult into an unknown, but with a lot of expansion that is occurring as we're releasing old karma, if you want to call it that, and not rewriting stories based on past experiences, but rather on what we truly have access to.
So in other words, rewriting timelines in a way.
Yeah, thank you. That's a great way of explaining it.
Yeah.
What's the awareness that you can share with us, and how can we assimilate to the probability or possibility of that?
Yes, we understand. 1 second, please. First of all, do you see this glass of water?
Yes.
We are no different than you. We can drink. We can eat. We can walk, we can run, we can do anything.
And a full embodied experience.
Yes,
But that doesn't answer John's question.
but it does.
Okay.
This is why it answers the question.
They always do this with their teaching. They're like your, your best professors who will weave around and finally.
We're being Mr. Miyagi'd. Totally.
Yes, exactly.
In a manner of speaking, yes, the keys to the universe are not given freely, but you have to earn them in a manner of speaking. But what we're trying to tell you is this. One day, you will all become channelers. This will become who you are. You really are this. You are all connected to the all, to all of the ethers, as you call it, to all of the vibrations, to all of the lights, sequences. You already are there. You have a perception, and it's a good one, that you are ascending. Well, if ascension is what you want to call it, then that's really good. That's even better. But there really is no ascension. There's no descension. There just is. But why does it appear that in your year, 2021, that something is occurring? Because something is occurring. You are literally letting down the veil. That veil is nothing more than this fear that you have. You are becoming and allowing yourselves, your souls, your energetic bodies to once again reconnect, rebirth, be once again who you truly are. That's why. And the more that you do this, the more that you connect again to who you truly are, the more that will affect all of the other souls, energetic bodies who are with you, around you.
It's a ripple effect, that quantum ripple effect, right? That science talks about.
That is correct, Gaia. What you do for you do for the all. And what the all does for themselves and for all, they do for you. You see, you are interconnected. There's no difference. This is the true entanglement that they speak about in quantum physics, as you call it. Was that good?
You guys are so cute. I know, you guys are so cute.
I'd like to ask a question about the phrase "who you truly are," because I'd like to relieve the mental aspect of that. Can you give us your version, or what you were hoping that we awaken to, of the definition of who I truly am?
Yeah, when Magdalene comes through, she often refers to it as the authentic self.
Let me ask you a question, good sir. Juan Burgos. Tenemos una pregunta para usted. Who do you think you are in this lifetime?
Ah, great question.
That's a great question. And it's so open and expansive. It's the exploration of who I think I am as a soul. But as I feel it in my heart, who I think I am, it's so vast. It's so vast to even try to name it.
Then why do you ask us to try to name it?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you guys give the example?
But we will anyway.
Yeah, the example of the tube. I loved that. I thought that was just squeezing the expansiveness.
We only tell you these things because there really is no one answer.
And because we taught them humor.
We will try to explain it to you this way. You are a perception of who you think you are in this particular life, in this lifetime. We say unto all of you, if you're going to have a perception, have the best, have the greatest, have the lightest, because that's who you truly are. There is no difference between you and God. God is source energy. God is you, and you are God, if that's what you want to call it.
Or source. Or
you are the lightest, the brightest, the best there is. There is truly no darkness in you. What you call shadows are nothing more than lifetimes, perceptions of who you once were.
Same with karma, right? You could interchangeably use karma and shadows.
That is correct, Gaia. That is true.
Yeah. Do you want to, I love the example. These guys gave it fairly recently, and I just thought it was so great for the students in our courses to understand, is that if you imagine we are so expansive because we are all energy, and then imagine that expansiveness trying to fit into this body, right? That's why, the shaking occurs. And do you want to explain that?
Well, we will explain it this way. You are like a giant football or some type of ball trying to fit itself into a cylinder that is maybe 1/10 of the size. Your soul is trying to squeeze itself into the energetic body. It does it to a certain degree. But once you begin to know who you are, become enlightened, become enlivened, your energetic body starts to expand. When it begins to expand, all of the points, the lights, what make you up as a soul start to become energized. You start to vibrate even more. This is
what happens with the Kundalini awakening, or when you get activations in your energy body, your auric fields, your chakras. That's what happens. It expands, and then
you are remembering who you truly are in this lifetime. And that is a call for celebration, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I have a question about demystifying channeling, to get a little bit back on the subject topic. We show up for these calls, and there's information and processes and transmissions that happen energetically. They're being called upon. In the channeling session, where is the shifting of energy happening? And I'm assuming, well, from my experience, it's in everything and in how I show up and perceive it and have a relationship with it. But some channels show up for a transmission and a meditation, and some people are just going to sit in that. Some people go through a linear process of a forgiveness process of an integrating lost soul aspects, if you will. Other people go into these you got to do your ABCs, move your body, and all this. Through the channeling perspective, are all those, I can't say true for all channels, but in the way that you embody your channeling and the way that you share it with the world, are all those practices, one practice more relevant than another? If someone sits here on this call and receives a recognition through the voice that's being shared, is that enough to shift something? It's what's your awareness around all those different practices and how we bring it into assimilating it for people who show up?
So it's how people receiving it. Like
we say this, goo you, goo you souls. You are the gurus. We're not. You find the path. You use the intuition. You know better than we do. And that is to say that you find the path. There is no one path. There is an infinite amount of paths.
So what he's saying is, when you guys do the transmissions, we have some people in our courses who shake, who other people are just resonating with something verbally. Other people see visions. So he's asking about about the various ways that you can receive the energy, right?
Right. Some people think that they can just shift just by sitting on a webinar and thinking my money situation is going to shift just by being in this force field of energy. It's like, what? There's different truths and different aspects, but then I guess really the question really boils down to, what can we do to listen to what's effective for us based on what we're receiving?
Yes, that's that's definitely more targeted.
Yeah.
Then you will listen to your intuition. And what we mean is this: you must feel with your heart, the chakra, the heart chakra. Allow it to feel what it is that you are resonating with. And it is there where you will reside. So it is up to you, not up to us. It is up to your guides, up to your soul to feel into it. We can only direct you and lead you. We can do nothing more. We are only here to allow you to understand who you truly are, because you are at this very moment in our energetic field. Your energetic bodies and your souls are opening up at this very moment.
just by being here in the resonance, right?
That is correct.
So the only thing I would just add to what I think the discernment aspect here is that you should be open to receiving. So sometimes our souls, right, have a different agenda than our physical selves. So a lot of times when we're doing group work like this and our guides will say, "1 moment, please," they're actually literally convening with the souls. So it's like they're talking to the souls to see what the souls want. Do they want more energy transmissions? Do they want more communication? And based on that, that's kind of what comes forward. So it's really your souls that call forth what is done. And the other night they said it's too much. We're not going to do any more energy transmissions because they sensed and knew that. So I would just say being open, and then the other thing would be having the intention. So John, you mentioned the thing about the money is just going to fall into my bank account,
Right.
right? So you have to have
Because some people can be stuck in the, I know if I just keep showing up for this, eventually it's going to shift, but it's more of a anxious attachment than it is of really showing up for the transformation.
Yeah, because you have to, and this from, Esther and Jerry Hicks from 1,000 years ago. You have to be in the vortex. Greg Braden calls it the language of love, that the quantum field does not respond unless it's the language of love. So from the heart, that needs to be in alignment with what you want to manifest and what you want to change, whether it's abundance, relationship, dealing with grieving, whatever it happens to be, that alignment has to be there in the field for the shift to take place.
Amazing. Amazing. If you guys are open, I'm guided to go, unless there's something that I'm sure there's always something going through. Let me know whenever you guys are ready to start taking live calls, or if there's something coming through. Obviously, we're open to that.
Yeah, you lead, John, whatever.
We will respond to the soul. As the soul calls, we will respond as well.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to some live calls then. Colleen, let's start with you today. Welcome. Oh, and I want to preface something for everybody on the call. Don't ask if we can hear you, okay? I'll let you know if I can't hear you. So, Colleen, if you will.
Okay, thanks, John. I just want to say, too, that this is putting me in a really playful mood. So thanks, it's really fun.
Awesome.
I'm just wondering if there's a particular message from me regarding my personal connection to Gaia. What my soul wants to give to Gaia, because I felt that for so many years. I also feel a really strong connection with Mother Mary, and that's more clear to me than actually how I can give back to Gaia or what she wants to flow through me. Thanks.
Oh boy.
Right.
1 second, please. 1 second, please.
Is someone coming?
Yes.
Oh, Colleen, you're getting someone coming through for you.
Someone is coming through for you.
Yeah. Oh, I got the chills. I love it.
I know.
Is this awesome or what?
Oh, Gaia energy's coming through. Beautiful. It's always been one of my favorite energies.
I am Gaia.
I haven't seen you in a while.
Messages given to you are these, great soul of the earth and of the heavens. Do not fear that which comes through you now. I am with you always, always and forever. I am infinite within you as well. Have no fear. Give back to the earth as the earth gives back to you. Your earth plane at this very moment is going through a shift. Your consciousness is becoming more aware of it. How beautiful it is now that you, soul, are aware of this as well, and you can share this with others.
Should that be part of her work?
Of course. Yes, of course. It should be. It will be. Incorporate all of that which you are as spiritual into your profession now. Why not? This is the time to connect both feminine and masculine energies and combine them. Your world, your planet needs the balance now. I am Gaia.
And you don't need to be in a relationship to have it, because we have both of those energies in us, right? It's dancing and allowing the ebb and flow back and forth to move through us.
One more comes.
Oh, Mary.
Probably.
Yeah. Maybe not.
She has a really strong force side to her that we sometimes see. It's really beautiful. I mean, because she's mostly this compassion, right? But there's this feisty side to her too.
Oh, there's a fire to her for sure. I love that side. Yeah.
I am Mary, mother of Yeshua. Love, compassion, giving, gratitude, graciousness is who you are, soul. You are more of me than you think. Expand into my energy, prime, first, and you will know who you truly are in this lifetime. Great you are, and holy you are, and sacred you are, above all things. That is the message I wish to give to you now. In that, live and be. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We don't channel her energy that often, actually. It's beautiful when it comes through.
Very too. They are beautiful energies. They both are indeed.
So our guides are back now.
To be connected to the heavens and to be connected to the earth. Well, that's the best of all worlds, isn't it?
Yeah, really.
Beautiful. Colleen, thank you so much. And I'm going to go into the next caller. And Colleen, I would tell you with the love that is so obvious that you hold, you can't get it wrong. There's no way you screw it up. Just go do it.
That is correct.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's go now. Let's get a Penny. Penny Carver. Hello. Yes, you, Penny. You come on down, like Bob used to say. And we'll have to ask you to unmute, please.
There you go.
Hi. Welcome.
Thank you. I really don't have a specific question. I don't know if you have anything that comes through for me.
Sometimes when he just stares, they're going into the Akashic records, or they're scanning your energy field and just getting more information on you, if the soul permits it, of course.
Yeah, and as we go into it, y'all, the special offer, we're going to get into it in a little bit, but the energy transmissions and what shows up is like, y'all are going to love it. I'm just so excited. We'll get into that in a little bit. But I wanted to start throwing that energy out there for the invitation to connect even more deeply than we are today, even though this is fantastic.
Metatron is here at the moment. Very strong energy. So if you do feel stuff, don't be surprised. Metatron will often do frequency adjustments in your field, alignment, energy healing, really. Sending codes.
Soul, look towards me. Look towards seraphim energies.
And sacred geometry, I'm getting.
I am giving you that which you desire. Look for geometric shapes, sequences of numbers, both in the waking hours and those in which you sleep.
Especially lucid dreaming.
I am Metatron. Thank you.
Renee, thank you so much. Come back and listen. Come back.
Yeah, Metatron doesn't speak really. I mean, he can, right? When he was teaching, when we did our Seraphim course and we were literally teaching, he'll come through and teach, but it's mostly to heal. Heal and give frequencies. I always joke because the Sandalphon energy, which is the opposite energy of Metatron, and they flow into each other, is just so like, you know, I feel very grounded in that energy. And I kind of joke, I'm a New Yorker, I can do that he wouldn't be like a fun dinner guest because he's so serious. It's like he's here to do work. He's showing up, he's got a job to do, like an accountant, right? And he's like, here, I'm going to do some work, right? I always joke with him about that. I said, you got to get a little bit more of a
That
sense
is
of humor.
correct. They are here to assist in your awakening process.
Yeah.
They are not here to
chit chat,
talk with you as much. But if you wish to speak with them, they will speak with you. But look for sacred geometry and numbers, and there you will find some of the clues to whom you truly are in this lifetime.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, well, I want to go to more questions. I want to get into the special offer and go deeper into that. So April's typed in, or April, if you don't mind, put the link in the chat again for everybody to be able to access the special offer. And this is fantastic, y'all. There's so much generosity that's being offered here. We'll see Anthony with short hair on the picture, which is amazing. But this Blue Soul Earth offerings, again, click on the link in the chat box. It's at the very top or at the very bottom of the chat box. You can find it there. You can go to beyondtheordinaryshow.com/Blue Soul 24, and you'll get to that same page. And before we get into that, Crystal, Asil, Julian, and Prajit from the Stargate Experience, I'll say hello. They're listening.
We love you guys. We love you guys.
We have a lot of great energy on today's call. This is amazing. And Renee and whoever wants to join us on your side to lead us through the special offer, let us know as people participate what they will receive.
Sure. So there's quite a bit. That you guys can read through. So I'll let you guys do all of that. One thing is an on-demand video course, which simply means that you can go in and do it at your own pace. And that's how to connect to your spirit guides. So that covers everything from grounding and shielding to altars and crystals to even your energy body. So there's quite a bit packed in there. And then there's 2 channeled meditations. One is to balance the divine feminine and the divine masculine that we all have within us. That was channeled maybe 3-4 months ago. And then one that was just channeled to us 2 weeks ago, I think, very profound. We did it for our master's students, and they were just blown away. So we decided to offer that as something, because it was, just the experience of people going through it was really profound. It's a channeled meditation that guides you through cleansing of the chakras, and different energies come through for each chakra. So Mother Mary energy comes through, Metatron, Yeshua.
Wow.
I know, it's really, and we didn't expect it, right? We had no idea what was going to happen. So that's definitely in the package. And then there's an ebook, Your Soul Speaks, which is also available as an audiobook. And then we're going to be doing a really fun Valentine's Day channeling. So you can have access to that. That'll be a live session where you'll be able to ask questions with the guides. And we're going to focus on divine love, divine grace, forgiveness, that thing that humans all have a hard time with getting around. So being forgiveness and being love. So that's on Valentine's Day. I know we have a lot in this package.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 more live courses that are part of the package. One is a choice between the Merkaba body and Kundalini arising. It's a 4-week course online where you guys can interact with our guides in a private setting like this and Zoom. And that'll be really focusing on our energy bodies, the Merkaba body, and the different layers of DNA, right?
And the soul.
And the soul, because you guys are channeling us new information about the soul every day. So it's very cool. So that's one choice. And then the other one is the angelic realm and Gnostic mysticism. So that's also a 4-week course. One starts on February 22nd. The other one starts on February 24th. But the angels are very dear to Anthony's heart. So we'll be channeling angels for 4 weeks. I don't know which ones yet, but we're open to getting feedback from you guys on that. So that's 4 weeks of channeling the angels, asking questions. There will be energy healing as part of it. And then we'll weave in some of the Gnostic mysticism as part of the teachings. And then the last, I know there's a lot in this package. I think it's probably double what we offered last time, right? Just crazy. We just have so many courses and workshops going on right now. And then the last one, I believe, I might have missed a few things, but
No, you're totally on point. Yeah.
Am I on point? Okay. So this is a Star Beings workshop. This isn't something we have ever done. We do channel the galactic beings, but our prime, as you guys can see here today, is the Ascended Masters, Magdalene, right?
Who said that we are not of the galactic?
Well, we do channel the Pleiadians and the Syrians. And so this workshop on February 27th is going to be all focused on that. So we'll be channeling probably the Syrians, the Arcturians, the Pleiadians, and whoever else decides to come through. And our guides, of course. So that's a workshop. That's a live workshop on February 27th. And we always go over time too. Our guides have no sense of time.
This is amazing. This is really, it's a super generous offer, and it's so resonant for me. Oh my God, Gnostic mysticism, you're speaking to like that. It's something awakening the soul starts being. And and the live components of this also, y'all, for $99. There's a 2 payment option on it as well. The courses do start here in the next couple of weeks. The Valentine's, of course, live course, again, will start within the week. If y'all are listening to the replay, even if it's a few weeks after Valentine's Day, everything's recorded. So you'll have access to it and just come right back into this energy. There's so much that wants to be shared here. And again, that's what you bring in together and collectively as the one in various forms is so resonant for me. So resonant. It's like it's that.
So if you do miss, exactly. I'm glad you mentioned that. If anybody does either miss a session, or if you sign up after a course starts, we're doing replays and recordings of everything. So if there's an energy transmission or anything like that, you will get it.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Amazing, y'all. This is $99. There's a 2 payment option. Click on the buy now button, participate with the meditations now, get ready for the Valentine's Day course live, and just dive into more of this. Just this is how I want to describe it right now, of this amazing. The link is in the chat box again, beyondtheordinaryshow.com/bluesoul24, just in case you don't find the link here, and you can find it there. And Renee and the Ascended Masters, Papi, you had me in that Spanish language a little while ago.
Papi chulo.
Papi chulo. Papi chulos. Let's go to some more live calls if y'all are up to it. And the next live caller, Joy, let's go to you. Joy, welcome to the call.
Thank you, John.
Happy here.
Yeah. Wow. I did some channeling when I was in my 20s, and as you can see, I'm a lot older. And I've been doing a little bit of work. I was doing a little bit of work with someone to channel, and I had some star beings kind of come through, but I couldn't wrap my head around it. It was like the connection. I would expand so much, and I'd be in the connection, and then I wasn't sure there was really anything like I'm trying to find the connection to the value that you bring through, that I would bring through if I can get out of the way enough. So that's kind of where I'm stuck.
1 second, please.
Beautiful question, actually.
1 second.
From such a heartfelt place to serve as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, which is beautiful.
Mm.
Yeshua.
Yeshua's here for you.
Why do you think that you have no value to me?
Mhm.
For you are a part of me as well. Your love is beyond infinite soul. You bring me love and peace and joy in all things that you do. I say unto you, be of love, be of peace, be of joy, be of grace. And these are the greatest qualities of whom you are in this lifetime. You share these, you do this, you heal others through my words unto you. You have the healing touch already. You have my connection already. You have the Christos energy within you to heal. Do so now.
Mhm.
These are my words to you. I am Yeshua of the Magdala as well. We will come through you as well and work together. Have no fear. I have been waiting for this moment, and she as well, to work through you. 1 second, please.
And if Magdalene wants to work through you, open the doors and the floodgates will pour out. There's no holding her back once you open the door.
I am Miriam of Magdala. So I have been waiting for you to say these things to me. It is time for you to get on your horse, speak your truth, heal, heal, heal. There is no more time. There is no time. No time like the present. It is time for us to heal together. Time for you to balance both divine feminine, divine masculine. Both I and Yeshua will come and work through you. You haven't called me in a while, have you?
I know.
I am the Magdalene. I am Miriam of Magdala. These are my messages to you, to all of you, to all of the energies, both female and male, no matter how you present yourself. You are balancing them both at this very moment. And because you're doing that, you are truly becoming who you are in this lifetime. As I said before in the Gospels, You are becoming your true authentic selves. This was the message that we gave over 2,000 years ago. And this is the message that we give now in this present moment. This is the balancing of your earth energies as well.
John was asking earlier about that true authentic self. Like, really, what does it mean to show up in your true authentic self every day?
You let go of the fear. You
Hmm.
stop all the pity parties. No more pity parties. Go, 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 as I say. Heal, heal, heal. You all have it in you. You've always had. We're just here to tell you, do it. You can do this now. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Let down the veil. Remember, ladies, gentlemen, be of love, be of grace. This is who you are. I am Miriam of Magdala, and I give to you my strength, my resolve, all that I am. I do not only come through these two, but I will come through all of you. You only need seek me, feel me, hear me. As Yeshua says, if you have ears to hear, then hear. If you have eyes to see, then see.
Remember, your guides cannot come to you unless you give them permission, and you need to ask.
Ask, and it will be given. These are the words of Miriam of Magdala. Thank you for receiving me again.
It's good to see you.
Thank you. I will simply step back a bit.
Joy, as we transmit out, what do you, how is this making you feel? What's coming up for you?
Well, a lot of emotion for starters. When I was little, I remember going to church and yearning for Mary, not the Magdalene, but it was like that whole connection, right? And I remember being about 6 years old and coming home, and they had said something about God being the God of the Anglicans. And I came out and told my mother they didn't know what they were talking about. It was only one God. It was God of everyone. It was like, done with that Anglican church.
So,
Wasn't going back
how
there.
is it making you feel
Yeah.
to receive this? I want to bring you back into your presence, into your feeling, into your emotions.
Who's here?
It's been a long journey, I guess, too.
Do you feel like you're home? Do you feel validated? Do you feel loved?
Yeah.
All that. Come back and listen and tune into that. We like to, we'll go into other energies that remind us of the essence of it. And for me, and again, this beautiful sharing is about bringing that remembrance home and letting that be the bridge for you that ignites your truth. And so I wanted to bring that in for you to stay in the feeling,
Stay in the feeling.
the remembrance of it, and let that ignite you. And remember to ask, ask, ask. Thank you so much, Joy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Who's here?
One second, please.
Okay. That was interesting.
Wow.
Let's see what our guides say when they come through.
Very good. No wine.
No wine at the moment.
Should we go into another question from the audience?
Not yet, please. Now, all of you.
Who is the energy that just came through? I didn't recognize it for you.
1 second.
Okay.
Who am I, Gaia?
Elohim is the best way to describe it, I suppose.
Elohim.
Source.
You could say Elohim. That is many,
Source,
isn't it?
It is many.
Now, I want to tell you something, all of you. I am the perfection of who you are. What does that mean exactly? Well, let me explain it to you.
It's the perfect match. The reason the energy sounds so much like Anthony, including his personality, is that it's a direct match.
That is correct. I am what you call
source
energy, universal consciousness, God, goddess, whatever you want to call it, Elohim. I am the embodiment of all of these things, but I want you to know this. I am the embodiment of all of you. You are all connected directly to me, and I am connected directly to you. There is no difference.
and no separation.
That is correct. Anthony felt it. He felt me coming, and I came. I am not one. I am all. I am all of you.
Very, very strong.
He sees here
connection.
something, a brother.
Yes, he's there.
There's a brother here, energy for him. Although he doesn't see it directly, he feels it.
Yeah.
He feels that connection. Therefore, I came as well. I speak to you as well, brother. I speak to all of you. All of those out there doing the work now. Do not stop. Continue on your paths. For I am with all of you. This is your time now. Do so. Continue. Be the true source of energy that you are. I am who I am. You are who you are. And you are me, and I am you. You are love. You are light. That is all you are. In truth. Truth, truth, truth. You are all of these things. Have no fear. Thank you. Thank you. Thank all of you. Thank yourselves for being here at this time. This is truly miraculous. You are all opening up to something that you have no idea that you truly are. And that is nothing less than love. If there is one permanence, what do we say, your guides say all the time? The only permanence, if there is one, then that is love. And that is who you truly are. I am who I am. Let go of all of the fears, all of your thoughts of the past, and become who you truly are. The guides come.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Truly an amazing essence. If we were to tell you, all of you, that we know what this essence is, then we would be lying to you. For we too do not understand completely what the essence is.
Now, this is our guides back for everyone who's wondering.
That is correct. But if we tell you this, we will tell you it all, that it is nothing less than just love itself. Love. Love, love, love.
Guys.
Let me get to another question.
Let's
Another
get
caller.
some questions.
And you mentioned a brother here, and I'm wondering if the brothers are sitting.
Yes.
But they're here. Let me get you guys to unmute. Sil, Prajit, Crystal are on video for us. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hey, Renee, John, how are you?
Good to see you.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Here, Pagit, Crystal, and I, and Julianne, we are on Maui.
Beautiful energy to bring in. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we are getting ready for our delivery, as our brother Anthony and Renee has been mentioning.
Oh, thank you so much. Nice to see you.
Such a blessing to see you in the work, in action, and then out there with John and his beautiful audience.
Yeah, we are so happy to be here. Nice to see you guys.
Let us say this to all of you who are listening at this very moment. There is not one path, but there are many. And there are many healers out there as well. You need to be in them all. They will all give you what you need. The more doors that you open, the better it becomes for you as the soul.
Mm.
There are healers here, friends of Anthony's and Renee, who do work of God. Only the highest and the best come through them, for only their light is of the highest source as well. It is an honor to be in your presence, souls, for we recognize you, brothers and sisters, and we are here with you. We are here with you. As you do your work as well, we work along with you. Peace, love, and joy.
Mm. Oh, so beautiful. I got the chills up and down my spine. Thank you. Asil, Prajeet, Crystal, wonderful seeing y'all, and best of blessings on your retreat. For all of y'all who may not be familiar with Asil and Prajeet, and Julianne's in the background there somewhere, they've been on the show before. Amazing, amazing gifters.
May we show
On frequency.
No, not
Yes.
at the moment. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. All right.
Guys, thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Let's go to another caller.
I know Jesse and Lisa have had their hands up for a long time.
Oh, let's get Jesse and Lisa. Okay. Well, Jesse, Lisa, come on board.
Should I go
I get you
first?
to unmute yourselves.
Ladies first, always.
Yes.
Jesse and Lisa, I don't see them coming on.
Okay, I'll just speak. Can you hear me?
Yes, hi.
I wanted to know when Renee was speaking about being in her heart alignment or aligning with her heart, is there a specific way to do that, or is it just a feeling that feel that you're in your heart space?
Woo! You want to
Right.
answer that? How to get into your heart space?
how to get into your heart space.
So many ways.
Well, we'll tell you one way right now. As we said before, you are getting into your heart space by simply being here. The more that you resonate and reside here, you will become more into your heart space. But you, soul, must do the work. There is no one path. How will you do that? Where will you do that? When will you do that? We say now. There's no better time than now. Stay here in the present moment, and there you will find your heart. Stay here, soul. Don't go into the future. Don't go into the past. Stay in the present moment. You will be thinking then with your heart space.
I always find getting into nature in that heart space really helps to strengthen it as well. But different things work for different people. So
That is correct.
what you most resonate with.
Yeah, and for me, an awareness of it, if I could share, is that I will start noticing when I'm not in my heart space, when things feel chaotic, when I'm in my mind, when I'm worried about things, and just a simple even, and if you will, this could be like super instant for you. Call in one of the angels, call in Mary Magdalene during that time and ask them to assist you back into your heart space. Even if you don't call for them, just remember, oh, am I in my heart? Simple question, am I in my heart right now? And that will help attune you to that heart space.
Yeah, totally.
These are so
Poppy,
simple, but
that is correct. The more that you are in your heart space, the more you will understand that you are there. And when you go out of it, you will understand that you are out of it. You will feel it.
Why'd you call him Poppy?
We call him Poppy.
Puppy. It's our nickname for each other now.
Yes.
I think it's in Spanish and a term of endearment.
That
right?
is a very strong term of endearment in Spanish. That is
Ah,
correct.
I see. Okay.
But he is correct in saying that. Very well said. You know when you're out of your heart space, don't you?
I do.
And then you trigger to go right back there again.
Yeah.
But you must get there. And then when you're there, you must stay there and vibrate. And you'll know when you're slowing down your vibration. This is when the ego kicks in.
Yeah.
We tell you this, think with the divine ego, with the higher heart of who you are all the time. And then you'll start to know, yes, well said.
You'll also know if you're plugging into fear, right? That's the opposite of love. So when you're feeling fearful, come back to your heart and open up to love.
Correct.
And you'll feel lighter right away.
Yes.
Beautiful. Lisa, thank you so much for raising your hand, and thank you for bringing that awareness in for all of us. I forget. I need to remember, and it's we calibrate and calibrate and calibrate over and over again.
It is a journey, isn't it? But it's a beautiful one.
It really is so amazing. I'm going to take another caller here, but I want to remind you all of the special offer. Again, going deeper into these energies, getting these activations, the remembrances, but not just the remembering, the being able to hold the remembering, right? And that's what this energy facilitates. It's holding that vibrational field more and more and more strongly within your knowingness of who you are.
Each week we build on the energy from the previous week. And that's really what's beautiful about having a 4-week thing where we can all be together, is building on what went from the week before. It's just,
You are building community as well.
yeah,
Yes.
yes.
A beautiful love energy.
Yeah, our community is amazing.
Yeah, it is. So the link is at the bottom in the chat box, y'all. So you can find it there. We'll run the replay so you can come back and listen and get into this vibrational space one more time, or as much as you want to over the weekend. And so that'll come out later. So watch out for those links. The link for the special offer is in the chat box. And let's go to another question. Eileen in Atlanta.
Ooh, Atlanta. Love Atlanta.
Well, outside of Atlanta, yeah, in Georgia. Hi, Eileen.
Oh, hello, everyone. Oh, what an emotional time. It's been very, very emotional tonight, but it's been very emotional the last several weeks. And I do see a lot of geometric signs and symbols, and I don't always understand what they mean, but I always say thank you and I'm happy for them. And this morning I woke up hearing a song that I thought was an old hymn. And then this morning when I did a short meditation that's part of a program I'm doing, in the background, she was playing that same music. And it gave me chills, and I felt chills a lot tonight. And very, as I said, very emotional, but wanting to keep reminding myself and having remembrances and reminders of who I am and how to stay in that more.
We will not tell you who you are exactly, but we will tell you to keep discovering it. The more you stay here in this field, the more you will understand who you are. We will only give you hints. Continue with seeing shapes and figures, things of that nature. Soul, you are neither young nor old. You are infinite. But you are, should we say something, a hint perhaps?
Give her a hint.
She's not from around these neighborhoods. She's not from this neighborhood, as you say.
In such a short time frame here, it's too much to go deep into your Akashic records, but they're giving you a hint to say that you're beyond this universe, your energy, your
beyond
original
this
source
particular galaxy.
beyond this galaxy,
Yes.
not beyond
Chills
you.
again. I got the chills on that.
That is correct.
Beautiful. Eileen, come back and listen to the frequency and go with that information, and maybe channel yourself. Ask for more information or relationship in dream time. Write about it. Go out and garden in your soil and be with the energy of it. Yes.
Eileen, understand the constellations, understand the stars, know the stars that are referred to as the dog star, and
Mm.
there you will find some of your answers.
Of your original origins.
That is
Oh.
correct.
Beautiful.
Thank you. I always listen to the replays. Yes. Thank you.
Great to see you, Eileen. Thank you so much.
God, look at all these
Thank you, John.
hands. Yay. Love seeing all these hands.
So many people with their hands up, and we're closing up. Is there something that you'd like to close off the show with?
Oh, I feel bad because Jesse's had his hand up for so long.
Is there something that we would like to say?
Yeah.
Well, do we
We
want
all-
Jesse? You said you felt bad. Do we want to go to Jesse real quick? We can extend.
I just feel bad because he's had
You
his
don't
hand
have
up.
to feel bad for me. That's okay.
All right, Jesse, you're on. What's your question? Let's get into it.
Get into it. Well, what a
It's
blessing.
great to have you on here.
So much. Yeah. I'm going to articulate this question. I've been learning so much and growing so much lately, especially just being here on the show and watching. So thank you so much for what you do every day. And my question is, with all these great energies that are coming in now, and it is different, as you said at the beginning of the call. And we've talked a lot about this concept that is new to me from listening to the show is that we're embodying this energy into we're bringing it down, like as in the heavens, that will be on earth. And so is that really what is happening here in this so-called ascension? You're really bringing the light of heaven down to this physical plane, into the third dimension. And so that's my question I pose. It's very
That's a great question. It's a really great question.
Should we answer that one?
Yes.
Jesse. What a beautiful soul you are. Jesse, we say this to you. We aren't who you think we are. But we say that because of this. You are not who you think you are. Let go of all of your preconceived ideas. Let go of all the things that you've learned. Let go of the idea that there's a high and a low, a next to, a front and a back, an up and a down. Let go of all of these preconceived ideas that you have and just be. We will tell you this. It is not necessarily that the heavens are lighting up for you, but it is more that you are the heavens and you are beginning to light up even more. Because you are here at this very moment, your soul is expanding. It is energizing. It is becoming enlivened. Your energetic body is expanding further and further and further. The more you understand who you are, and you are God. You are the light. And now you know. So yes, if you want to have the perception that the heavens are coming down into you, then we say hallelujah. Yes.
The reason they say that, Jesse, is because we think so much with our linear minds that we think in higher and lower, but really in a quantum universe, everything's circular. So it's really like thinking about it that we're tapping into another dimension.
But we said, if you're going to have that perception, then Jesse, you are having the best and the lightest and the greatest of the greatest magnitude of a perception. So we say, Om Shanti Shanti, peace, peace, peace to you, brother, for having such a beautiful perception of knowing that you are source energy.
Peace to you.
Oh, so beautiful.
I just want to answer just this very, very quick question from Kat here. Just super
well, quick. And I want to get into Jesse real quick as you answer Kat's question.
Yes, please.
I want to finalize here. And Jesse, are you feeling more love in your life? Are you feeling more possibilities opening? Are you feeling less fear? Are you feeling a connection like this welling up whenever you're in an energy of being received and of giving simultaneously? And you know that you're bringing heaven to earth within yourself, within your body. So you're doing it, brother. If you're feeling any of that, you're not only doing it, you're embodying it and becoming a ripple of that for all of us. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It ripples out. Yeah, it totally ripples out.
You heal yourself, you heal the collective, right?
100%.
Right?
Yeah, well said.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Yeah. All right, let's go to the one more question.
Well, it was just, Kat was saying, in the chat here, ringing in her ear just changed frequently for the whole time during Metatron's arrival. Is that usual? Yes. Yes, and yes. That's usual for, or it's common, I should say, for most energies coming through, but Metatron is such a big energy that even for me, and we channel his energy all the time, my whole body kind of shakes and I get ringing in my ears with Metatron. It's a very strong energy. You guys want to just add anything to that? The
Ringing in the ears, tinnitus, tinnitus. It is a good thing, believe it or not. Don't let it become disturbing to you, but wake up to it. Know that something, someone, many things, all frequencies are trying to communicate with you. Sit, relax, breathe into it, close your eyes and see what comes. Let go of the fear and know that you are light energy, source energy among all things.
Yeah. So someone else had even mentioned, Kat, that Metatron's energy had them shaking. I saw quite a few of that. So
That is correct.
That's pretty common too.
It is time for us to leave.
Aww.
We don't really step back. We don't go out. We don't come in. All we do is we are like a light dimmer. We dim our light a little bit so that the soul of Anthony may have his light brighten a bit more. And that's what we are for you as well. Allow us to come into your energetic field and we will enlighten and enliven who you truly are in this lifetime. With that, we say Om Shanti, 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 Pax, Amor, Gratitudo, Vobibus, Cum Est.
You guys really love Latin, don't you?
Shanti.
So Anthony's going to come back now and
Have
just
Anthony come back.
Yeah,
he's coming back. I want to sign off of all of y'all. Thank you all so much for the lights that you are, the love really that you hold, and its presence here on each and every call. And I feel y'all personally.
And if anybody has any questions on anything that's
we'll get that over. Yeah, we'll get that over to the replays will be out. We're going to send out the replay link with how to get the special offer, how to come back and listen to the information. You can look up Anthony and Renee. It's super easy. And again, it's just wonderful what's been coming through, and what a phenomenal show. And time together. And it's funny, people are saying, oh my God, you have like the information, the what you get to curate is so spectacular. And I just have to say, when you work at Tiffany and Company, everything is good.
That's cute. I love that. I love that. I'm thinking back to my early 20s when I lived in London now. Are you back?
Yeah.
All right, Anthony's back.
Anthony, thank you so much. It's just such a beautiful energy that was shared tonight. And
thank you.
Such a blessing to be able to share your love with this community, and that they may go deeper into that love with you. And
I think it's beautiful that you're doing this and you're sharing this and you're putting it out into the ethers, into the world, and more people are connecting because of you.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And so I say,
and we just feel we don't feel aligned with everybody out there doing similar things, but we do feel aligned with John. We love you. So.
Love you.
Thank you. I love you guys too. And everybody on the call, I love you guys. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you on the next call. Renee and Anthony and the poppies will need to come back in another call.
All the poppy chillers.
Thanks all of you for tuning in and being here and being part of this beautiful frequency tonight.
As we always do, big heart.
Yeah, we always do.
Heart.
We do big heart. That's our thing.
And then the really big heart.
Y'all rock.
Big
Have
heart.
a great evening.
All right,
Thank you so much. Love you guys.
Love you.
We love you.
Bye-bye.